When you're managing access at scale, assigning permissions user by user is inefficient and error prone. That's where groups come in. In Microsoft Entra ID, groups act as containers to bundle users, devices, or roles, so you can assign access to resources or apply policies more efficiently. Think of groups as your shortcut to enforce structure, simplify administration, and improve security. As you build access management strategies in Microsoft Entra ID, you will need to organize users and devices into logical collections. That's where groups come in. They help you streamline permissions, simplify role assignments, and enhance collaboration. In Entra ID, you will primarily work with two types of groups: security groups and Microsoft 365 groups. Each are designed for a specific purpose. You will use security groups when your goal is to manage access to apps, resources, and files without the need for collaboration tools. These groups are ideal for controlling access to SharePoint sites, enterprise applications, or file shares. You can assign permissions directly to the group, making it easy to implement role-based access control or enforce conditional access policies. Security groups can include both users and devices, giving you broad flexibility in how access is granted. For example, you might create a security group called Finance Team and assign it permission to view confidential financial documents across multiple systems. When you need more than just access control, when you want your users to collaborate, you'll turn to Microsoft 365 groups. These groups are tightly integrated with Microsoft 365 services and come bundled with a shared mailbox, calendar, SharePoint site, planner, and more. With a single group, your users are automatically connected across Outlook, Teams, and other productivity apps. For instance, you can create a Microsoft 365 group for your marketing team, giving them one-click access to shared conversations, files, and project planning tools across multiple platforms. Note: Microsoft 365 groups are always collaboration focused and come with M365 service integrations, while security groups are strictly used for access control without collaborative features. Now that you know the difference between security groups and Microsoft 365 groups, you can make smarter decisions about how to structure teams and control access. Use security groups when you need tight access control, and use Microsoft 365 groups when your team needs to work together across multiple apps. Once you've decided what kind of group to use, security or Microsoft 365, the next step is to figure out how users or devices should be added. Microsoft Entra ID gives you three powerful membership options to choose from. Each serves a different purpose depending on how dynamic your organization is and how much automation you need. Let's break them down so you can decide which one suits your use case best. With assigned membership, you're in complete control. You manually add and remove members from the group as needed. This method is simple and ideal when you're managing small teams or static group memberships that don't change often. It works with both security and Microsoft 365 groups, giving you full flexibility without needing premium licenses. For example, if you manually add 5 users to the HR Compliance Reviewers group, you are using assigned membership. If your organization is large or constantly evolving, dynamic user membership can save you time. Here, users are automatically added or removed based on user attributes like department, job title, or office location. This requires an Entra ID P1 or P2 license and evaluates membership in real time whenever user properties change. A great example is a dynamic group that include any user whose department is set to sales, automatically adding them to the sales team access group without any manual steps from you. Dynamic device membership works just like dynamic user membership, but for devices instead of users. You define rules based on device attributes such as operating system, compliance status, or ownership. This is incredibly useful when you're applying device based conditional access policies or want to segment devices by platform. For instance, you might create a dynamic group that includes all compliant Windows 11 laptops and then target policies or applications specifically to that device group. Choosing the right membership type in Entra ID isn't just about convenience, it's about control, automation, and scalability. Use assigned membership when simplicity and precision matter. Go with dynamic user or device membership when you need automation that keeps pace with organizational changes. In your next lesson, you will learn how to manage group and user properties so that your identity records stay accurate, organized, and compliant. Things to keep in mind. Dynamic groups cannot have both users and devices. It's one or the other. Membership rules use expressions based on user or device properties. You can't manually add or remove members in dynamic groups. They're rule driven. Only assigned groups allow manual adjustments. So, what's your key takeaway? You've just learned how Microsoft Entra ID groups help you simplify identity management and access control. Whether you're dealing with security groups for access or Microsoft 365 groups for collaboration, knowing the right membership type, assigned or dynamic, gives you a powerful tool to automate and scale identity management.